Hello children, in my last two videos you have learnt about fundamental concepts of geometry and angles. Now in this video I am going to explain you triangles. Before I start the explanation of triangles, let me introduce you two terms that are collinear points and non-collinear points. Children, what are collinear points? Collinear points are the points that lie on the same line. For example, if I have some points, I am naming it P, Q and R. And if I join these points, I am able to join it with a straight line. That means they are on the same line. So these are known as collinear points. Whereas what are non-collinear points? Non-collinear points are the points that do not lie on the same line. For example, if I mark few points on the board, I am naming it A, B and C. Children, these 3 points I cannot join with one straight line. That means they are not lying on a straight line. So these points are non-collinear points. Now children, let us take 3 non-collinear points. I am taking it point A, B and C. And now I am going to join them with some straight lines to get a closed figure. The closed figure which I have got is known as triangle. So a triangle is a plane figure bounded by 3 line segments. It is formed by joining 3 non-collinear points. The symbol for triangle is this. So we can say I have got triangle A, B, C. A triangle has 3 sides, 3 vertices and 3 angles. Let us name them. The sides of a triangle are AB, BC and AC. It has 3 vertices A, B and C. A triangle also have 3 angles. The first angle is formed here. So we can say this is angle BAC. Another angle is formed here. We can name it ABC. Angle ABC. And the third angle is formed here, which can be named as BCA. Angle BCA. Children, triangles can be classified in 2 different ways. One on the basis of its sides and other on the basis of its angles. So let us learn that. On the basis of sides, angles are of 3 types. First one is equilateral triangle. When all the 3 sides of a triangle are of equal length, the triangle is known as equilateral triangle. Suppose if I have a triangle PQR whose all the sides are of equal length, that means PQ is equal to PR is equal to QR. All the 3 sides are measuring same length. Then the triangle is known as equilateral triangle. The second type of triangle on the basis of sides is isosceles triangle. When 2 of the sides of a triangle are of equal length, suppose in triangle ABC, AB and BC are of equal length. We can say AB is equal to BC. And the third side has different length, then the triangle is known as isosceles triangle. The third type of triangle is scalene triangle, where none of its side is equal. Here, in triangle RST, if none of the sides is equal, that means all the three sides have different length, then the triangle is known as scalene triangle. Here, RS is not equal to ST and which is not equal to RT. Now children, on the basis of angles, again triangles can be classified in three types. The first one is acute angled triangle. A triangle which is having all the three angles acute angles, means less than 90 degree, is known as acute angled triangle. Here in this example, in triangle LMN, angle L is 70 degree, angle M is 50 degree and angle N is 60 degree. All the three angles are less than 90 degree. So this triangle is an example of acute angled triangle. The second type of triangle is right angle triangle. When in a triangle, one of its angle is right angle, that means exactly 90 degree, then the triangle is known as right angled triangle. In this example, triangle XYZ, angle Y is a right angle. So this is an example of right angled triangle. The third type of triangle is obtuse angled triangle. In a triangle, when one of its angles is obtuse, that means more than 90 degree but less than 180 degree, then the triangle is known as obtuse angled triangle. In this example, triangle ABC, angle B is 120 degree. So this is an example of obtuse angled triangle. Now let us learn the properties of triangle. The first property of a triangle is the sum of the length of any two sides of a triangle is always greater than the length of the third side. Let us try to understand with an example. Here I have taken a triangle PQR, where the first side PQ is 20 centimeter, second side PR is 22 centimeter and third side QR is 30 centimeter. Now I am going to take two sides to get the sum of those. First of all, in this triangle, let us add the sides PQ and PR. Side PQ is 20 centimeter plus side PR is 22 centimeter, which is 42 centimeter. See children, this is greater than the third side QR, which is 30 centimeter. Now I am going to take another two sides to get the sum. This time I am going to add the length of QR and PR. QR is 30 centimeters and PR is 22 centimeters. The sum of two sides is 52 centimeter, which is again greater than the third side PQ, which is 20 centimeter. Now, last combination will be, we will get the sum of PQ and QR. PQ is 20 centimeter and QR is 30 centimeter. The sum of these two sides is 50 centimeter. Again, this sum is greater than the third side PR, which was 22 centimeters. So children, we can say the sum of two sides is always greater than the length of third side in a triangle. Children, with the help of this property, we can easily find the possibility of getting a triangle with the given sides. A triangle can be formed only when the sum of length of two smaller sides is greater than the length of the longest side. Let us understand with these two examples. In this example, the sides or the length of sides is given 5 cm, 3 cm and 10 cm. The two shorter sides are 5 cm and 3 cm. So let us get the sum of these two sides. The sum of two shorter sides is 5 plus 3, 8 cm. The sum of two sides is smaller than the third side, 10 cm. That means with the given measurements, we cannot draw a triangle. Let us see example number 2. The sides given are 7 cm, 15 cm and 20 cm. The two shorter sides are 7 and 15 cm. Let us get the sum of those. 7 cm plus 15 cm is 22 cm. This is greater than the third longest side, 20 cm. That means we can form a triangle using these line segments. Let us see the other property of triangle. The sum of the measures of all the three angles of a triangle is always 180 degree. This property of a triangle is called angle sum property of a triangle. Let us see two examples to understand with the given measurements of angle can we form a triangle. In this example, the three angles given are 40 degree, 80 degree and 60 degree. The sum of three angles is 40 degree plus 80 degree plus 60 degree is equal to 180 degree. As the sum is exactly 180 degree, with the given measurements of angles, we can form a triangle. Let us see one more example. Here the angles given are 45 degree, 80 degree and 45 degree again. Let us get the sum of three angles given here. 45 degree plus 80 degree plus 45 degree. Now 45 plus 45, 90 plus 80 is 170 degree. Children, as the sum is not exactly 180 degree, we cannot form a triangle with the given measurements. Now let us learn, if two of the angles of a triangle are given, how to find out a third angle. In this example, in triangle RST, if angle R is equals to 60 degree, angle S is 75 degree, then what is the measurement of angle T? As we know, the sum of all the three angles of a triangle is always 180 degree. We will get the sum of the two given angles and we will subtract it from 180 degree. So to get angle T from 180 degree, we will subtract the sum of angle R and angle S. So 180 degree minus the sum of 60 degree plus 75 degree. So 180 degree minus sum of these two, 5 plus 0 is 5, 6 plus 7 is 30, 135 degree. So 180 degree minus 135 degree, 10 minus 5 is 5, 7 minus 3 is 4 and 1 minus 1 is 0. That means the measurement of angle T is 45 degrees. That's all in this video. I hope triangles are clear to you now. Now very soon I will come with a new topic, circles. Till then, take care, stay healthy.